Um, I'll say from now, I mean, as much as the title sounds like I'm occasion to the pain, that's essentially what's pushed me over that final edge of losing my mind. Otherwise, it's not pleasant. Without the physical pain there, and we can continue. Now for quite a while. I believe, and I'm aware from qigong and from the way he cared for his own body. Aware of posture to quite a good degree, and I'm aware of the head, and we're aware of what, just simplistically from my perspective of my uncle. Experience of correct posture. I know that when I've been able to work with, he was an instructor, and he basically just applied qigong, caring for his body. My uncle would rub his kidneys. He would focus on pulling in his chin, and it's not just pulling in your chin. There's so that what you're actually doing is putting the head back in appropriate alignment, so that the body takes the weight of the movement to realign So in other words, it's just putting the body back into an appropriate state, connecting it with the natural flows in the body, and it realigns by itself. And it's a little bit complex to know the body to that extent, but I think I've got a relatively good basic understanding there. And I'm not quite I've applied qigong to my life, but I've been aware my head's been hanging off my neck for far too long now. And I've pierced my nose, and I picked the place that was most comfortable in terms of my head being in alignment, because you've got a little bit of choice where to pierce the nose. And what's happening is my head's I don't know consummate. And in that place, there's a lot of pain. Not from the nose piercing. There's a little bit of pain, like you would imagine. But when I pierced it, I was trying to pierce it. I got myself a home kit. It was really quite simple. And I was trying to pierce it, and I was like, like from before, I didn't feel it. It's because I've got it in the comfortable of alignment, whereas because I can feel where that piercing. Without the piercing, there's no reference. Far too long. And in this place where I know my head in relationship to my body, I'm aware that my neck is on and head is on a lot of pain. And the thing that's in the most pain is that with pain management, again with Qigong, I'm aware that how to channel the pain in the body so it's comfortable. And that's basically up the back and up the spine. If your head's hanging off your shoulders, it's going to sometimes come up the front instead. Pain. I don't know what the difference is in terms of the internal vertebrae and everything like that, but all I know is that when it goes up the back, it's coming up the front. Feels like my brain's on fire, and I'm just having to fight through that process. And really, that level of pain. In addition to my life, I have to admit I've lost my mind. What I'm doing on a daily basis is a case of I'm no longer able to. I mean, first of all, I have to admit my mental health is very severe. What I have to fight through on a daily basis. And in relationship to my ego and the world, I don't know what I'd walk down the streets Finsbury Park. I used to walk down the street near enough every day, swear my mental and physical health. The screams that come back, they come back with a vengeance sometimes. And but it is what it is. And somehow within all of that, imaginary line of being in control. And being in control is being in a situation where I'm challenged with my mental health, but I'm still able to display some level of comfort, an internal comfort to my. Trying to ask for some tobacco in Sainsbury's, for instance, and I'll person my needs, my circumstance, that I've got a mental health disorder. I'm no harm, and it's just my life. Please ignore me. Can I have some American Spirit tobacco? But now I don't know what it is, but I'm aware that comfort that I could do that in the present moment has left me. And I think it's the pain, because I'm at any given point, the pain is just too overwhelming. And in that place, asking of myself to stand there in front of someone in distress, and then really reassuring the individual that I'm no harm. So now, if I was put in that situation, the pain could get the better of me, and I wouldn't be able to express that and reassure that person. I guess that's where the limit is. I guess that's where the line is, and that's where I've lost my mind. I've been disconnected from society. I've been disconnected from people. And in that place, there's a little bit of freedom, like my cover photo on Facebook. It all happened around the same time. I don't know what happened first, whether it was the pain being. There's an element of to find myself in, anybody to find themselves in, to be disconnected. Where I'm disconnected, it's like, right, Gabriel, you're free. Do what you want. And that's why I've expressed love to someone in the past week, because there's no space in my life for a sane person to come and love me. They'd have to be insane. And who did I ask to come and love me was pretty much the most sane person in terms of what an appearance is. I don't really even know them or remember them. At least not from the few encounters we've had in this life. And I asked them to love me. I knew I was insane in the moment, but my life was going south, and that was the last sane act. I was like, right, well, I've never loved. I know this person would be at the top of my list if I could love somebody. There's not a shit chance in hell that they're going to say yes, but in honour to myself and everything that I am as a human being, in a constant pursuit for love my whole life, and being as pure and as conscious as possible within that journey, I give it to myself to shame myself. And I approached them, and there was a little bit of the insanity that came through, but I was very polite. I wasn't rude. Maybe a little not being able to moderate myself. It was the pain, in fact. And she came back with the obvious answer. Sorry, Gabriel, I'm saying you're unlovable, but I can't do what you're asking, what you would like. And I tried to get on. I'm still mourning the loss of love in this life. Nothing to do with this individual, but for myself. That really love is off the cards from my future. And given everything I am as a human, digest on top of being in terror. And I'm finding comfort taking a walk on myself from anything else that nature. What are we? And I made a post on Facebook the other day. Like Mr. Trump, let's make America great again. If nature was sexy, it would be the ultimate. So I just share a very simple insanity we can apply to ourselves. Look at nature as the most attractive man or woman in the world, and you're healed. Go for a walk, hug a tree. They're mostly brown. I think they're called a mare. They're pretty much boring. Brown is one of my favourite colours, but I appreciate that's not the most vibrant. But they've got these like racing stripes on their back. They're really like racing stripes, and they've got two white stripes either side, and this dark purple that's almost like unnatural in the middle of all of their wings on the brown. And it was like a kung fu belt, you know. They've reached purple level. So with sanity. But can we get on with Atlantis? I'm bored of this. Please, this life, this world is broken. I know it's broken. The distraction of the physical pain over the past, that we should be in Atlantis right now. I should be in a temple with healing, because I'm in a to ask or break whatever lie it is that the world is continuing to say, no, we're not in Atlantis, we are in 2022 sickness level. And there is where myself and the world disagree now. Call me insane, but I wholeheartedly know this reality is broken to such an extent. And the best I can piece together is that it's broken to such a level that it's either a dream, so I'm in a coma or near-death experience, or the world has gone to shit. We've all become enlightened, conscious on some level, and Atlantis is being birthed at the moment. So that's where we have to agree to agree, and any disagreement, well, I'm insane, I don't hear it. And that's what it's like to lose your mind when all you're trying to do is be sane and read life to what it puts in front of you. My head is more on my shoulders than it's been in a long time. There we go. Goodbye. We'll make it, will not we?